This is ESPN Esports. I'm Ardo Cal, and this is one of those moments here at Blizzcon in 2019 at the Anaheim Convention Center that I'm very happy that I am a part of ESPN Esports. Why? Because that gives me a media badge, and that means I can go upstairs to the second floor and I can play all the new games that were announced at BlizzCon while not waiting in those lines behind me. Do you see that? I don't want to wait in that. You probably don't want to wait in that. And luckily for me, I don't have to. Thank you, ESPN. So now I get to tell you my first impressions of all of these games that we had a chance to try. We got some Hearthstone drops. We got Diablo 4. We have Overwatch 2. I had a chance to try them all. Let's start with Overwatch 2. The one thing I did not get to do was see the Toronto map, the new push mode. I didn't have a chance to play that yet. I will give you a full breakdown on social on how true to the city of Toronto the map is. I will scrutinize it to a T. Pardon the pun, T for Toronto. But I did play the Rio de Janeiro map. Played it with my producer, Tish. We were part of a team of 4. It was a lot of fun. I have to say this. The PvE aspect of Overwatch, I know a lot of people enjoy the lore, hearing the backstory of these characters and how they interact in a story mode. I enjoyed that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think people will enjoy it, especially if you already like Overwatch. It plays very much like the game that you're used to and you know and you love, but you get a little bit of story. You feel like you are a part of something when you are playing with a team against the environment. So I do like the mode that's being added there. From what we had a chance to try, the Rio de Janeiro map and the mode there, I had a lot of fun. I think it would be worth for me to pick up and try again and do the full campaign with some buddies. I think that would be a lot of fun. Let's talk about World of Warcraft Shadowlands, new drop for that game. It looks nice. The graphics are nice. It looks like a place that you definitely want to go and explore. I'm looking forward to playing it more than a few minutes, seeing what quests there are, seeing what areas I'm able to unlock and see and things like that. So I didn't have too much time to play with this one. First impressions were good. But I am a World of Warcraft fan. WoW Classic, got into that for a month or so. But even before that, I grinded, man. In the mid-2000s, I played to level 70, Draenei Warrior. And then, stupid me, I deleted my account. So if anyone is watching this from Blizzard that can reinstate my account from, say, 15 years ago or whatever, please hit me up, because I definitely want my account back. But I am looking forward to Shadowlands. Didn't have too much time on it, but it did look nice, so that was the impression that I left with it. So we talked about that. We talked about Overwatch 2. Diablo 4. I am not a Diablo guy at all. Did not play any of the games at all. I had a chance to sit down and play this, and I want to play Diablo now. And one thing that stuck with me from the keynote, I'm paraphrasing here, but it was said that if you've experienced Diablo before and if you are, a veteran of the game, we want you to feel like this is the successor or the next game that you've always wanted. But if you're new to the game, like me, we want you to feel what we felt when we discovered the game. And I felt a little tinge of that when I played Diablo 4 for a few minutes. It looks gorgeous. I love the big bad mother. Oh, man. I can't wait to grind this game and play through and get to Mother at the end. I just think that she's completely badass. It's going to be a lot of fun to play this game. So that was my first impression of Diablo 4. I think of all the games, I think I'm going to look forward to playing that one for hours on end, the absolute most. Now, maybe a little bit of a hot take here for Hearthstone. I did predict, so hold on a second. Let me just pat myself on the back here. Because I did predict a week ago that we would see a surprise auto battler announced during the keynote. That's exactly what happened. If Jacob Wolf was here with me, he would have to concede and start giving me a nice slow golf clap and say, congratulations, you were right. And I love hearing that I'm right. But auto battler was announced as part of Hearthstone. And I have to say, I thought that I was going to love this the most of every game here at BlizzCon. My first impression is that I don't know if I'm going to like this as much as I had hoped. I sat down to play it, and I was thinking to myself, the selection process is great. Just like Teamfight Tactics, the selection process is a lot of fun. But then you get to the actual battle. Of course, obviously, it's automatic, but that's part of the Hearthstone charm. is the fact that when you're playing the game, and I'm a big Hearthstone fan, I love playing Hearthstone in my spare time. I'm definitely at a casual level. I'm not good. But when you're playing this game, part of the fun is determining how to order which minions to attack when and which cards to play when. So taking that away from Hearthstone in particular, to me, kind of loses the mystique and the charm of the game. So I think I need to play it a few more times to see if it actually grows on me, because Teamfight Tactics is such a different game from League of Legends. You're not losing any element of it. In fact, it feels like a completely different game featuring the IP of League of Legends. Here, yeah, you're getting the IP. There's actually some new characters in the auto battler mode for Hearthstone. But you're losing that part of the game that is actually quite enjoyable. So I want to see, after a few more plays of the game, whether it grows on me or whether I still feel like I'm missing something when I'm playing that part of the game. I will say I did have a chance to see the Dragon deck. That was pretty much the only date that was announced. We don't have an announcement for Overwatch 2, Diablo 4, no dates announced. But for the Hearthstone Dragon deck, I believe it is December 10th. And so I had a chance. I'm an Azure Drake guy, big mage player, love that card. It's one of my favorite cards of all time. To play with some of those dragons was a lot of fun. I think I'm going to enjoy that deck very, very much. So those are my impressions from some of the drops that happen here at BlizzCon. Let us know which game you are most excited for from the keynote that was announced. Is it Diablo 4? Is it Overwatch 2? Is it all the new additions to Hearthstone? You let us know in the comments below. And while you're at it, subscribe and ring that bell so you'll get notifications every time videos like these drop.